Hello everyone, this is Voice Aloud or Vi again. This will be the second part of the documentation. Around 8, things really got really bad. I was very energetic and outgoing, and naturally kids like to sing and dance and that goofy. And that's exactly who I was. But one time, my father actually got tired of it, and this is when I became very silent and conservative afterwards. I was singing and dancing in the living room when my father and one of his friends got tired of it, and as a kid you can't really sit still and you tend to forget if the parent said be quiet, and I forgot and I started singing again after he told me to be quiet, and he grabbed me and sat me in a chair, and he duct taped my hands behind my back in this chair, and he duct taped my legs to the chair legs, and he duct taped my mouth and stuck me in the closet. Of course, I was naturally crying, and it seemed like hours in a day that I kept wondering, when is he coming back? And it wasn't until nightfall, which I later learned it was 1 a.m. when I was finally found, and my father's excuse was, oh, I forgot about it because she was so quiet, and of course they thought it was hilariously funny, and I've been in there for almost over 24 hours, and naturally I used the bathroom on myself, and it was very degrading because he pointed at me because I used the bathroom on myself and said, you're nothing but a baby, and how could you have done that? And he really belittled me in front of everyone, and of course his friends laughed, thinking it was very funny, and I remember that day I just wanted to die, and so I just went upstairs in my room and begged God to just take me now. And, well, I'm here today, so he didn't. Shortly after that, I also have a memory of this little tea set my mom bought me that was porcelain. And we had a crate about this much deep in my bedroom, and my brother was playing with it, and I said, try to get it from him, but he didn't want to let me have it, so I was like, he could play with it, he's not going to do anything with it, and he stuck it down the crate, and I tried everything in my power to get it out, and I was unsuccessful. So I was like, oh, I'll get an adult to get it, and I didn't think anything of it, and I asked my dad, I said, something's stuck in the crate, and he was furious, which I was shocked because it was just a crate. But he got it out, and he asked me who did, and I said, oh, my brother was playing with it and stuck it in the crate. Well, my father believed men couldn't do anything wrong, so he blamed it on me, and he kept asking me as he had this hammer and screwdriver in his hand, and I think it was a screwdriver in his hand because you had to screw it out to get the crate open, and I said no, my brother played with it, and my father just looked at me with these cold, heartless eyes that he had, and he totally hit me in the head with a screwdriver. And everything around me was just fuzzy and swirling around so fast that it knocked me back. And my mother just happened to come upstairs and was furious. Little did I know that their fights broke out, and shortly after that I've been having severe trouble concentrating and learning certain things. My comprehension is very bad, so before that I was actually very, very intelligent for a little girl, and I didn't have problems that resemble ADD. And so yeah, it was it was horrific. The abuse just took on forever and a day, and it wasn't until my dad made came up to me a proposal and said, I won't beat you anymore if you do one thing for me. You steal from me so I can have drug money. Naturally, not wanting to be abused and being beaten every time I turned around, I accepted and began stealing for him for at least 3 years, until I got into the system called DARE and began having police officers within the school as my friends who were telling me that it's wrong and they need to stop. And in fact, I had several police officers within my school investigating my own father when I was about 9. And I did report it to teachers, and I told them that we were being abused and that he was a drug addict. And the teachers told me that it wasn't that bad at home, and because I was a small child, that I was taking things out of perspective. And they were teaching us to speak up, and I did, and no one believed me at all. Not even about the molestation.